Hey guys, Michael from Gredio back to talk about notifying your distribution partners of your pricing changes, whether that's an increase or a decrease or just a product line change, changes in general, to notify distributors and retailers and other people who sell your product. So first of all, you have to tell them. You can't surprise them with a price increase all of a sudden on an invoice because that's potentially grounds for being dropped from the product lines the distributor carries. And you definitely don't want to do that because it is added business. So I like to give my distributors at least a 2-month notice, even though they ask for 1 month, typically with a lot of distributors, just to change their paperwork over in their system and a lot of programs and QuickBooks and whatnot, so they can change case sizes and pricing and item descriptions, whatever it may be. I like to also send 2 forms of communication. One is a letter on letterhead so that it comes from you or your company, and then you send an email. And you can find templates for both of those attached to this course. Also include with invoices, so you don't have to send a separate letterhead, for example. If you're sending a paper invoice, include it with the invoice, or you can include the information if you use a digital email invoice sending application. And if you're increasing your pricing, be prepared for backlash. A lot of distributors just simply don't like change, like a lot of us, and they can, basically drop your product if they think it's too expensive, because then they have to pass your price increase onto the retailer passes it on to the consumer. You might not sell as much. You might sell, equivalent to what you have been selling. A price decrease, on the other hand, your distributor would be super excited about, because you're basically permanently putting your product on sale, and you're likely to move a lot more product if you drop your price. A couple of tips when you notify your distribution partners: don't mention why you're raising or lowering your prices. You don't need a reason. It's business practice, and it's the market telling you that you've got to raise or lower your prices. And don't cite the distributor taking a large margin. Don't blame them. After all, you do pay for their service, because if they distribute to 50 or 100 stores, think about what that would look like if you yourself distributed to all those stores, taking up all the time, money, and resources away from selling more product. That's why you pay the 30% margin for people to do the driving for you and deliver your product. And then, just as with any business communication, have somebody in your company or your family proofread before sending the letter. Next up, we're going to talk about how your costs can change every single time you buy new ingredients. This is another mistake that a lot of food entrepreneurs make. As their ingredients change in price, they don't necessarily change their product costs, which impacts their margin. So we'll take a look at that next.